hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Let's go. Let's do this. Ready. Blue ready. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check, check. Fresno. 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 He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check three. Check three.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Ready. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here I come. Jumper, 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 jumper. Flip, flip, flip. Check. Cross, cross.
Here's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, flip, flip, flip.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard. flat on his back. Deshaun Hand in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 4th down, and the Bucs trot out the former 49er Bradley Pinion to punt it. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 50, it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 20. Hey, watch the slide. Hey, orbit.
Here's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Stafford. He completes it to Bryant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
Mike 56, Mike.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Shift, watch the shift. Check 13. Hey, 70. Buzz.
Here's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Big 20. 40 got. 40 got.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford. He's got Curse. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
59.
Out of the gun, Stafford. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Second down and goal. Stafford, and he floated one out there, incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver, but now it's third and goal.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
That's it, baby. We're going to
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Even. Watch out. Here we go, even. Let's go.
A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready, Black 25. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Hatchet. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 36. Let's go.
On second down, it's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down. This is Jones. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Agnew now to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player When they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Check, 59! 20! Check, lock pilot, 64, weak. Check safety.
The first down carry here for Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Stafford. Bryant with a catch right side. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Matt Patricia, he says now's the time. His guys are going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
First and 10 at the 18.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. It's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
51 the mic. 51 the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The 2nd quarter score from Cincinnati. And that one pretty well wrapped up. The Bengals growing the lead even further. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Defense, let's go. Zebra. Real right, 22. Check. Alert. Check 26.
Stafford now to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Following the interception, Winston. Flushed out right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Ready. You ready. Flip, flip, flip. Easy, easy, easy. 51, Mike 51. Come on, truck. Can you get the ball right here? Let's go. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go.
Throwing again on second down. Winston airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The Bucs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Stafford. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go, here we go. 32. Check Mike 45, check Mike 45. Here we go, here we go.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done...
It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for Detroit. And even 60 yards.
For the Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Red 80. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check 31. Check. Middle.
Now on 2nd and 16. Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jermaine Kearse. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
Let's go, baby.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Damon Harrison, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 40's mark. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Easy. Hey, that's me.
Here's Winston. Flush to his right. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here I come again. Run back. Check 4. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let him know.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Johnson jostles free, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. And middle.
Now Stafford. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now it's Stafford. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes this all and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the right side with Jones. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it. When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
40's a mic. I'm coming. Watch twins. Check 52. Wait. Let's go.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep. 50. 5-0. Easy. Whip.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Back now at Ford Field. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Jameis to throw it. It's caught by Mike Evans. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
It's a gain of 19.
That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Ready. Blue ready.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
Hey, stop.
That's all.
Wait. Go. Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Let's go.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Gay for the Buccaneer field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Middle. Switch.
Stafford. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Jim, 21.
Stafford on first down. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air again, Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here.
51, Mike. Mike.
Flip. Oh, yeah.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Oh, what a move. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's go. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 5-0. 51.
Here's Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd and short yardage, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Winston on 4th down. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Right there. 56.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Kill.
Throwing here, Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's James. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
He's checking. Crash.
Watch the safety creep.
Watch safety creep.
Protein spill. Hurry.
Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Stafford. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.